parked here. This is for handicapped people, people who are suffering from disabilities. And her boyfriend came out, pushed him to the ground in a kind of a surprise attack. He drew his firearm, fired at him one time, killed him, and that was that. They didn't take any legal recourse against him because he defended himself with his gun. Though he did kind of incite the incident, sort of. He's not the one who parked in the handicap spot, but still, he was sort of the aggravator there. He was a really big guy, though, who pushed him. Like, seriously big. And the guy who had his firearm wasn't very... Ooh, is that a bad bee? God, I can't ever tell if they're evil or good bees around here. It's probably illegal no matter the circumstances. I don't know too much about California gun law because the gun laws there are very different than the rest of the United States. I hesitate to comment about what California's got going on for their thing. I think this is all fine now. I thought this would be harder to do. Zen, could you not use that word? That'd be great. Is this your first time on a Twitch channel? I feel like. Okay, I think this is all fine. Ah, God damn it. I should have made these a little bit closer together because I take one falling damage sometimes when I drop from one to the other. I think it's this one in particular. Is this your first time on the internet? I mean, first time in a social situation, maybe? Oh, is the death counter not working at all? Why is it not popping up? Sorry, didn't notice it. Why is it not working? Hold on. I see, it's bugged. Ha. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I was standing my ground. Token was on my ground. Yeah, the stand my ground law, man. I love making fun of that law. It's so funny. I'm standing my ground. It's like shooting. Florida stand my ground law, honestly, is just the funniest name for a law, frankly. I don't know too much about Florida stand your ground law. I know it is hilariously mean though. I'm not sure that the law is for Florida is actually that different than other places. I'm not sure how like the stand your ground law actually impacts things. Like I know in Texas, for example, if someone was breaking into my neighbor's car, I could use my firearm to defend my neighbor's car. California is only good for visiting, garbage place to live. The taxes there are so high, and people are just evacuating California. Not only is some of the governmental regulation there insane, the state regulation insane, but the whole place is on fire. Who wants to live in a fire pit? I don't even know. What college did I go to? I just went to a community college, Lone Star College. A lucky metal detector. Really, gun laws all over the place are very different. North Korea has some of my favorite gun laws. I'm sorry, South Korea has some of my favorite gun laws. They have it so that you just can't have a gun at all at home. If you were to own like a hunting rifle, you have to go to the police station, put it in a safe there, get your ticket, and then you have to leave it there. You're not even. Yeah, North Korea. Who knows what the laws are in North Korea? Sorry, obviously I meant South Korea. Do we even know anything? Is there laws in North Korea? The place is crazy. I can't believe it exists still. I mean, hopefully, thanks to along with China, we can get in there and do something for some humanitarian efforts. I'm just making sure that this area is okay for the Plantera fight, Dark. I'm not really farming for anything right now. I mean, I can probably go do another fishing quest. Because this was actually, did I totally finish this? I think I did. Path of Exile starting, nice. Have fun, Kroll. Good to you, man. Thanks, man. Thanks for being here. So I think those are fun gun laws. Australia has interesting gun laws as well. I think you're allowed to have. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you can't have it in your house. Like if they were to kick your door down and find a gun in there in South Korea, yeah, then you would be fined or whatever. I don't know. Australia has the. Did we beat Skeletron yet? No. I think this is all okay. Yeah, we finished it. Never mind. Let's go do a fishing quest. Now, you're allowed to have bolt action weapons, but not semi-automatic weapons. So you'd be allowed to have like a 308 rifle, which would be for hunting, very commonly used around for hunting, but is also armor piercing. Is going to be hella lethal if it hits a target, any target, doesn't matter really. So you're allowed to have that, a 308 rifle with a bolt action one, but You can't have like a 40 cal pistol or like a 9mm pistol. The point to guns. Well, I like that they're so different and bad. That's why I like it. I like it as a point of reference because one of the main reasons I like it as a point of reference is the suicide rate in South Korea is the highest on the planet. The suicide rate in South Korea is the highest suicide rate on the planet. Oh, Trevor Merchant's here. So a lot of people are like, oh, suicide rates in countries that have guns are much higher. Not quite. So that's why I like. Oh, hey, winter cape. I don't know if I can wear this though. And a fez too. Damn. Find this. Boom. Now we're badass. Heck yeah. Where you at, T? So the UK doesn't have a ban on firearms. I'm not sure what UK law is. I know you can own firearms and you could just have a firearm in your house, but I don't know. Is there open carry or concealed carry in the UK? Mepe, thanks for that raid. Appreciate it very much. How you doing today, Mepe? Let me give you a follow, man. Thanks for raiding the channel, man. That means a lot. I will try to stop by your channel at some point. Suicide with guns is higher here, but not suicide, right? Just in general, right? You're allowed guns for hunting and pest control in the UK. Is there like any no concealed carry whatsoever? You can have? Oh, sorry, stretch. There's a guy in Germany that made an air gun with a metal projectile that goes over the barrel. So by law, it's considered a toy, but it can pierce through a police shield. Most guns can't. Right. A pistol round would be incapable of piercing police shields like that. If I know what you're talking about, like a 9, they're spec'd for 9mm. The thing about rifle rounds is that they're a lot more powerful. What was they doing? Fishing quest, right? Pistols allowed in Southern Ireland. Wait, pistols aren't allowed at all in UK? Demonic hellfish. That's caverns, right? Shit. Caverns, yes. There's limit to how powerful the gun can be. Forget what it is, and a lot of hunt is in the UK, right, Bacon? I'd be interested in what the UK considers too powerful. All right, Draco, have a good one, man. Warframe dev stream now? Nice. Okay, enjoy that, Draco. Let me know how it goes. See, let me know if they announce anything cool. So, like, a hunting rifle is usually way more powerful than a pistol, for example. Like, a lot of the bolt-action rifles that are, like, floating barrel... I'm sorry, it's not called floating barrel. What's it called? They have the barrel separated from the handle. I forget what that's called. There's a special term for that. Anyways, it makes them a little bit more accurate. A lot of those hunting rifles are really impactful. Like, they're going to mess you up. Oh, dang, I found a fishing rod. Oh, yeah. What is the situation with, like, Northern Ireland and stuff? I know there's, like, a bunch of terrorist groups? Question mark? I don't know much about it. Probably shouldn't comment on it. Like, Northern Ireland doesn't like... 177.22 and 0.25 are allowed. Shit, is Max here? Max linked a thing to compare rifles, because I don't know 0.77. So a 22 is one of the most common rounds on the planet, Zen, and is actually the most casualty-producing round on the planet. More people die to the 22 rimfire round than any other round on the planet. So it kills more people. A bit of a weird statistic because the 22 round is small, very, very small, and it has very low recoil. There's not a whole lot there, but its impact as far as death toll is significant from my previous research on, because when I was looking into owning a firearm, I wanted to know what size I should have of round. Right, that's because there's way more than not because they're most lethal. Right, I just find it interesting. Like, right, hammers kill more people than grenades, right? I just find it interesting that the 22 is the leader in kills. And yeah, again, like you said, not necessarily because it's the most so really when you want to fire your firearm, if at the point you've made your decision to shoot something, you want your first bullet to just incapacitate the target, and that's it. You don't want to have to mess with it anymore. That's the idea. And the 22 isn't necessarily the best at that, but it is very effective. It's because 22 is a meme. Many people don't treat 22 with respect that a firearm should. I agree, Logi. Yes, it's a lot of people think that a 22 is a toy, and no firearm is a toy. I don't think airsoft rifles are toys. I don't think BB guns are toys. The idea that an 18-year-old can own a BB gun handgun and not a pistol handgun is kind of inane to me, because they shouldn't be put on different levels. They're very dangerous. Shooting someone in the eye, life, limb, or eyesight, right? So I mean, those are kind of categorized on the same precedent of, is it dangerous or not? Can you lose a limb? Can you lose your eyes? Can you die from it? Yeah, paintball guns are close to toys, but certainly not airsoft. See, if you get shot in the eye with a paintball gun, you might lose your eye, but you should also be wearing face protection. If you get shot in the face with a paintball and you're wearing face pro, you're gonna be fine. I actually prefer being shot in the face during paintball because it doesn't hurt at all, and I get a very good indication that I've been shot. It's just suddenly paint on your face. And paintballing is really fun. I haven't been paintballing in a long time. I have a whole bag of paintball stuff over here. Okay, can we try to kill Bernie Cthulhu again? Maybe? Cash bar. Would you guys prefer this to be edited more often? Should I like cut it down a bit? Yeah, it's mostly plastic. See, I think airsoft is a little bit better in some circumstances, a little bit worse in some. Because a paintball gun's very obviously a paintball gun. Like, you're never going to see a paintball gun and be like, is that a paintball gun? I wonder. It's got the giant hopper on it. You know, it's got this ridiculous barrel on it and stuff like that. So you can never get confused between a paintball gun and an airsoft gun. But airsoft gun makers specifically try to make their guns realistic, which is inherently a problem because seeing something that, I mean, guns are dangerous. They're not toys. You shouldn't be walking, you shouldn't be, don't replicate real guns for your airsoft. I know people want that. They like that. I feel like there should be rules against it. Correct. An air rifle is not the same as an airsoft gun. Air rifles are way more dangerous. I think I have an air rifle. Where's that air rifle at? I haven't played with it in a while. Play with it. Okay. Air rifles aren't toys either, but they're really fun for target shooting. Actually, I would, if you were trying to get better at target shooting, probably air rifle is where it's at. No, Zen. Give me $100, Zen. You want something and I want something too. My common response to people requesting things from me. Okay, let's build the wall of flesh arena as well. Right. Oh, I think it should be illegal. Basically, is my feeling on it. Dirty is that if you're gonna be a airsoft weapon producer, we should have laws against you making too accurate of a replica. It just, yeah. I'd much rather look like a bright rainbow bubble mess. Yeah, just so the cops wouldn't shoot me for carrying it. I don't. If I were to walk outside and I had an AR-15, if I were just walking around, I don't think I would get shot. All right, I don't think I would get shot. Personally, I think the police would walk up to me and be like, "Hey, what are you doing? Can I look at this, please? Why are you walking around with your AR?" And I think I would have the same reaction from the police if I was holding an airsoft rifle that looked a lot like an AR. That's sort of my point, because if I'm walking around with my actual AR, I'm going to be acting in a certain way. You know, I'm going to be worried about. I'm of a certain age as well to own a rifle. But you could get an airsoft rifle from your dad and then walk around with it. Oh, it's just an airsoft rifle, and then yeah, bad things can happen because you're not treating it like you should. Like you're not treating it how it looks, I guess is what it is. Jeez. A toy gun is very often used when people do suicide by cop, which is a really messed up thing, but it is something that happens. They'll have realistic looking replicas of firearms, mostly airsoft guns, and they will purposely be shot by the cops by pointing the airsoft at the cops. If it was harder to do that, people would maybe kill themselves less often. Yeah, they'd be sold with an orange tip, but you're not required to maintain the orange tip. Yes, see, that is another problem. The aftermarket modifications that can be done. See, I'm not even sure that all of them actually are sold with an orange tip. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Well, sure, then do that. I guess then is the thing about suicide by cop, because it's you're putting your suicide on somebody else. No one should ever commit suicide. It's a permanent solution to a temporary problem. People do it. I understand why. It's not a foreign concept. It just sucks, you know. Yeah, not all of them are manufactured with orange tips. Some of them are specifically manufactured for that realism of not having an orange tip, which I don't think should be allowed. I get that they want to have cool guns and cool toys, and you're kind of having your I'm in the armed forces wet dream when you're playing your airsoft stuff while still being in your backyard, while still not having to deal with putting ear pro in. You know, all the real things that you have to deal with when firing an actual weapon and in actual danger. I know they like that, but too many kids see it, and it can be an issue. I mean, getting shot for holding a fake gun sucks. Ever thought of playing airsoft? No, or committing suicide? Yeah, I've had my own stressors in life, and I sought help when I was in a bad place, and I'm fine now. I'm glad I did seek help, because if I didn't, I don't know where I'd be. Hey, I'm an airsoft operator. Respect me. Exactly, Ramrad. So I love you, man. You meant airsoft, I see. Yes, I've considered doing airsoft. It's expensive, though. I don't know. It would be nice to get some physical activity by running around and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know. Some airsoft players play for the adrenaline and camaraderie. Right. Exactly. I think that's exactly right. I don't know if I could get my adrenaline up that much playing with an airsoft gun. Maybe a little bit. Maybe depending on the situation. A little player versus player is always nice, right? Shooting a little airsoft gun at people. Or you're really fast. Milsim. Yeah, exactly. Oh, God. The Milsim guys. I love those dudes. They're amazing. Try to military. I think there's a lot of Russian Milsim stuff going on. I don't know how much there is in the United States. I'm sure just as much, honestly. Yeah, Arma. Good Lord. I could never get into Arma. I know a lot of people love it, especially for the cool videos out there on YouTube. But I never personally never enjoyed Arma very much. It was very I guess I never got used to the controls is why I didn't like it. Didn't run well on my computer at the time. I'm sure it's a great game. Never personally got into it, though. It is always nice to do, like, pseudo-military tactics running around. Some asshole who wanted to go into the rest area and shoot people who taken off their sweaters? Oh, my God. Sea waters? Sweaters. That sucks. What a dickhead. They need to get kicked off the airsoft range, surely, right? Because I'm too competitive and take it too seriously. Is that why we always play board games together, Ash? Sweaters, okay. Armor 2 DayZ was my life for years. Professional shooters have said that airsoft is very close similar to actual combat. Yeah, I don't actually doubt it is. The biggest issue is the actual functioning of the weapons. I'm sure it's great training for military stuff, just doing military operations. I don't think there's any substitute for real experience or carrying an actual rifle with practice rounds in. I think that's a bit closer to reality. You're gonna have to get used to the recoil, even though the recoil is gonna be a bit less with the milsim rounds. I have done blank fires with. Oh God, what are those? They have the extensions on. I forget what they're called though. Those little pieces of equipment. It's like laser tag basically. Yeah, that's pretty good too. We did a little bit of that in basic training, and during that, I realized that people are terrible at reacting to being under fire. I actually managed to down a whole squad by myself from recovered position with my M4 in that little simulation training. It's because people they hear gunshots and they don't hit the ground. Basic shit, man. Get low. They have gas blocks that function very closely to real rifles. Oh, you mean airsoft? Yeah, they're air blowback or gas operated stuff like that. Drop and roll. I wouldn't roll, but definitely drop. That's fire, yeah. You have recruits or cadets that don't understand how to carry a rifle or move with a rifle. That's a trained thing, man. It's not natural to learn how to move and carry with a rifle. A lot of people during movements point their rifle at the ground, for example. Point your rifle to where your enemy you think they're gonna be, even if it's just in the low ready, or the pointed ready, however you want to call it, where you're like this rather than like this. I guess it's hard to see, but then you get like a Nerf toy, so we can do positions. It's important, really. Muzzle control is just as important as safety control and finger control. If your gun misfires when you're pointing at nothing, it's fine. All the other checks didn't matter. Sponsored by company. Oh, really? Very similar weight and blowback from a real rifle. No way. With the airsoft rifle? The dual-chambered CO2 powered rifle. There's no way that it has similar blowback. I don't believe that. I don't think that CO2 could effectively replicate actual bullets coming out of the chamber, because it's a function of mass leaving the barrel. The kickback that you receive isn't the gunpowder going off, it's the bullet flying. Because for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction, so you sending that round down range is a function of the blowback that you receive, the recoil that you receive. I don't think they would have to put like You'd have to put real bullets in there. Like, you can't imitate it. They're making airsoft guns with moving slides and bolts. That's nice. But the moving slides and bolts don't function, right? They don't, like, chamber another round. Yeah, like a 22 rifle. Maybe it's similar to that. I was thinking 5.56 in particular, or 7.62 in particular. I mean, 308 especially. You're probably not gonna get a permit. You should be fine, Dirty Crackhead. You're probably not gonna... you might get bruised from extended firing. I've never received any bruises from extended firing, personally. I guess it depends on who you are. In addition, what is this thing? This looks interesting. Fusion engine electro-pneumatic gearbox kit. That's what powers the rifle plus the CO2. Where did you do your tour? I went to... do my tour. I've never heard it called that. Deployment, maybe, is what you're saying, Zen? Where was I deployed to? I was Iraq, 2011. Camp Liberty. Actually, no, it was 2008. Hold on. Let me double check. I always forget what year I was there. It was such a long time ago. It was 2009. That's when I was there. Here's my Archon for service. Services rendered. Hold on. Little award for not dying in a combat zone. There. I left 2010. I don't know why I always say 2011. Hey, Darn Cat, how you doing today? Welcome back, T. Award for not dying. Yeah, that's basically what it is, yeah. Congrats on not dying during those situations. Here's a little medal for you. I mean, I guess that's what all medals are. The Purple Heart, especially. No, we don't have TBG Salute anymore, Ramrod. I need to bring it back. Can we get, if we get to 600 subscribers, we can have another emote slot. I have a Purple Heart. No, I did not say that. I do not have a Purple Heart. I didn't say I had a Purple Heart. I said a Purple Heart is basically a reward for not dying. Purple Heart is when you get injured, you'll receive a Purple Heart. Which is probably the most meritorious commendation that you can receive. You can get multiple Purple Hearts. I knew a guy, he was with me in Iraq. He had 3 Purple Hearts. He got one for being blown up with an IED. I can't remember how you get the other ones. You like products? It's interesting looking. It looks weird. It's Picatinny area. It looks very strange. Why is it covering the barrel? How long is this? Does it say? Which he then modified? That's cool. It looks great. Victoria Cross. I think that might be like a UK thing. Victoria Cross, I'm not sure. In Kandahar, nice, darn. I started having seizures? The fuck? You were fine in Primo and stuff like that, darn cat? Did they find out what it was? 18 inches? Jesus. Look, that's long. How long is an M4? For comparison? Oh, it's raining. We should go fishing again. Oh, fuck. I totally wasted the nighttime. Damn it. My bad. I should have fought Skelly Bob. The 16 inches? Man, see, M16s. You're looking at M4s, right? Not M16s? Because we carried M4s. God, M16s. So fucking, they're like humongous, they feel like. Basic training, we had M16s. Actually, no, I think we had M4s. Only Pogues got M16s. I think we had M4s the entire time that we were in basic training. That's all we had at our unit was M4s. M16s are 18 inches? It feels even bigger than that. The difference between an M4 and M16 feels massive. Just crates, yeah, just crates while it's raining, go. Because I might need titanium. You were hit in the head during training with a rifle butt. That's a good story. Did you get any pay for it, darn cat? Because hell yeah, you are. See, Terraria is a fishing game. It is, yeah, basically. If you're getting that the disability pay, that's where it's at. The added weight. I mean, it can't be only 2 inches. It's like It feels huge. Minecraft is better. I always hated... I mean, I really never carried an M16, honestly. I only saw other people carrying M16s when I was in. Yeah, I guess so. I guess 2 inches of steel is a big difference. It feels like it's even more. Maybe it's because of the stock as well. The collapsible stock on the M4. I mean, you can have one on the M16 too. I'm not sure if they come with it though. We're a saw boy. I like the saw. I'm a small guy, Ramrod, so we usually give the saw to the bigger boys. Big fan of the saw though. Expert qualification on the saw personally. What a lethal thing. Almost no recoil at all. Extremely high fire rate. Only problem is its open bolt functionality. See, the 240 is a platoon weapon now, not a squad weapon. So a squad is going to have 3 saws in it, and it's only going to have 1 240 assigned to it probably. Maybe not. You may not even get a 240 in your squad because the 240 is significantly larger. It is firing 7.62, which is a bigger boy, that's for sure. I just like the saw because it's pretty small, honestly. Hey, here's your saw. Well, leadership is going to make decisions, right? They're going to say, okay, what is this soldier's possible carry weight? Okay, here's what you're going to carry then, right? So if you have a smaller troop, even if they're high speed, low drag, you don't necessarily want them to carry an extra load because they might not be able to handle it because that's how humans work. A bigger guy is probably going to be more effective with the saw because he's going to be able to manage the recoil better. He's going to be able to move under stress better because he's used to carrying larger amounts of weight. It's like a percentage-based thing, What is this? Oh, a cool firefight of somebody. Man, I wish I had a head cam or a helmet cam while I was in Iraq. That would have been awesome to have some recordings of the stuff we did. Do you think you stayed in shape since leaving? I've lost weight. Mostly muscle mass, I think. Ooh, good lord. I mean, I don't know if I'll ever be in as good a shape as I was while I was in Iraq. I was a fucking monster. Like, good lord. All I did was exercise all the time, basically. Any downtime we had, I just exercised. That was it. Running. I didn't really take that many pictures, honestly. You did 20 years, you crazy bastard. M16 was 20-inch barrel, see? Army M4 is 14.5 inches. See, that sounds right to me, darn cat. 14.5 inches for the M4? That seems more accurate. Yeah, we got really lucky, Logi, with the sitting duck. The ladies who love some pics. YouTube tells me my audience is 96.5% male. And I'm pretty sure the 3.5% that has female is just dudes who picked female on their survey. Putting that out there. You're 3.5% male or female? That's good to know. Oh shit, what? Turn down for what? Turn down for what? Is that what we're doing? See? Fuck you, dirty crackhead. I told you this shit was shorter. From my just mental experience of how long the M4R is. How do you know what sex users have surveys? Just, hey, will you answer this? Okay. Exercise, operate, repeat. Shut the fuck up, Ramrow. You know shit about that. Sorry to shit on you, but... my YouTube success for SSM videos was over 98% male. 0.4% of that, 3.5% is me, which identifies as trisexual, bicorn, dragonkin from outer space. I respect your decision, Ryu, to identify as whatever you want, mostly because it doesn't affect me, and I don't see any issue with it. First infantry. Holy shit, man. Our unit was called Ramrods. Ramrod's a boy, but he's not that kind of boy. Ramrod's a good dude. I love Ramrod. He's a great guy to hang out with. I do have great potions here. I was Bravo Company, first of the 1-for-1. Nasty girls, baby. What's my main weapon? I guess the bee's knees are supposed to die. Or do you mean like IRL? I guess it's my pistol is my main. Well, man, I would prefer, pretty much in a firefight, I would prefer my shotgun or my rifle, but what's my opinion on gays in the army? Who gives a fuck? I'm gay. Didn't impact my service at all. Just gotta look at a bunch of dicks. And honestly, I didn't really see any hot guys in the army. It's not like I wanted to bang any of them. Not really my style. What's up, Okitana? How you doing today? Have you done Gauntlet Army? Don't fucking tease me, Gosagan. Don't fucking tease me. You asshole. You know I can't do it. The YouTuber rewind wanted me to alive. Nani? There's a goblin right there, but I have to be 200 HP, go. I can't do it. I'm not allowed. You wanted to commit not alive. Ah, I see. I see. I see. Did someone goblin army? Yeah. Really? Yeah. It's at any events. Literally any event. The pumpkin moon event, literally anything that pops on the left and has the bar, the little tracker. Oh, the one that I thought you could do but you can't do is Martian Madness. Feels bad. So forever sleep. Yeah, guys, I haven't watched YouTube Rewind.